All right, Shalom. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and sincere Shalom to the brothers out there pushing this truth and sincerity. And Salakia. All right, there we go. So what I have here is a video about Israeli woman jailed 3 times for refusing to join the army. And I will play a clip here because, well, it's not in English, so there's no point in me actually having the volume up like that. Some subtitles there, but it's all straight to the point. Her family basically encourages or supports her refusal with all this. But it's funny, as this was 5 days ago, but it's funny because they're forcing they was accepting women, but now they're trying to force it. Now, you got a lot of these other countries, especially here in Babylon, America, where women are allowed to join the military. And that whole women join the military started with this place anyways. And that shows the weakness or the desperation, really, of how much people they really need for this war. Because you got China doing it, you got Israel doing it. I think Korea's doing it now as well. So I think Russia is probably the only one I've seen that hasn't done it. I could be wrong. But they're by far the only ones that I see that hasn't had women in the military. So I'm gonna actually get a scripture on that while I'm at it. Oh shit, Slakia. So this is Revelations 18 and 3. Slakia. It says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth had committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." And that's where you get a lot of these so-called foreigners from all these different countries coming here to buy, sell, and trade. Meanwhile, they adopt the Babylon Jews. As I mentioned before, you got you get some of these strays coming from these foreigners, and they become indoctrinated. They do the things of this place. They even get big and sloppy. But then these other countries are seeing how this runs. They're taking the ideas and they're like, okay, if this place is doing it, we can do it better. So now we need to. So even with the whole military thing, they're saying, okay, if they're if they're bringing in women, that increases their numbers. We can do the same thing and more. But it's the same thing with this chip. That this place ain't gonna be the only one chipping people. You're gonna have all countries chipping people, because there's already different countries right now that's already starting that whole chipping process. So you're gonna see pretty much this happening all over the world, and it's all prophecy, really, because it's primarily what needs to happen. So, for people saying that, oh, you could just go to Israel and escape that part of the prophecy, no, you can't, because all the countries are going to be doing this. All the countries are going to be having that chip. Hell, they already got the whole VJab going around from different countries. The virus, mind you, the virus went all pretty much global. So there's no hidden clause that you can just finagle your way out of just to avoid seeing all these things happen. What's happening here affects the entire world. in case people don't understand that, because this is the biggest trade import and export on the entire globe. Especially since they make runs between here and China, anyways. But you got, like I said, other foreigners making money off of this, and that's pretty much all over the world. Like America has a hand in everything. New Zealand, uh, Russia, China, you name it. Their name is mentioned everywhere. There's no set place out here that's pretty much hasn't been untouched by this place. This is Joel 3 and 2. It says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which means that, well, it's self explanatory, where he's just going to bring everybody to one area and nuke them. Even though that pretty much explains the next part, so I will keep reading. It says, and it will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my lands. So all of Israel is not just in America. All the Israelites are scattered all across the globe. And guess what? Majority of the globe, or pretty much all the globe, is in the hands of the unholy. I'm talking about Esau, and I'm talking about these heathens. Where the Lord has set us in the main hand of Esau, which is America, but then you got the rest of the globe that has that east that these rats have their hand in. That's why you get Psalms 49:11 where he talks about. Actually, I can get that while I'm at it. This is Psalms and 49. It says it right here. The inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So you don't just got America doing that. But what about Africa? Africa was conquered. And it was named after a white man. But then you got let's see, the what is it called? The NATO? When they got all the when they always come to a conference and discuss things. Esau has his hand in all that. Where he can punish other countries for certain things or for a lot of things, but these other countries can't do it back. So that's proof that Esau is really calling all the places that he's been to his generation and his dwelling place, because he can have his hand in everything. That's how he can fund wars, uh, bring a lot of import export from every country. Like you don't see or really hear of Russia going to China for a lot of things, or Korea going to China, or China going to what is it called, Arabia. You don't see that, or Africa going to Russia. You got all these countries circled and revolved around this one place. That is which is the main border of wickedness. But there's no righteous place out here. And funny enough, that's the crazy part. That's why the Lord says, that's why nobody can escape the curses. Because no matter where you go, you will have an oppressor. Whether it be by another heathen or Esau, which will ultimately still be Esau, because he has a hand in everything. But that's why the Lord says he's going to come back and destroy this place and gather all nations just to destroy them. It's no cut way around it. Like you can't go, like I said, you can't go to Israel That place is defiled anyways, especially since they let the homosexuality be a thing. So that's a curse right there. What makes you think they wouldn't bring the chip there, or any other thing there? You can't go to any other countries. You had to abide by their ways, especially Russia and China. So either way you look at it, you're screwed one way or another. Unless you want to go to an island, but even then, it's still not going to be any safe. But that's pretty much all I want to go into that. So, Lord, well, this is a little edifying, and with that, shalom.